y'all, so today I'm going to be doing a slightly different type of video. I've talked a lot on my channel about the fact that I'm a music major and that therefore music is a huge part of my life, but I've mostly talked about it in like the academic sense and like, you know, viola stuff, but I haven't really talked about the music that I really like to listen to. So today I thought that I would share my top 10 favorite CDs with you. At the beginning of the year, I did do a blog post where I listed my favorite CDs, TV shows, movies, and bands, and I think I'm actually going to do videos on those other three topics at some point on my channel. I don't think they're going to be exactly the same as they are on my blog, mostly because my tastes change, like my favorites change over time, and so it may have changed by the time that I actually do those posts. However, I do plan to make videos on those topics sometime soon. And I decided to start with CDs first because I feel like it's the one that I touch on the least on my channel, so why not start with it first, and let's jump into it. Number 10 is The Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. You will see a theme on this list that I really love concept albums. And this is obviously one of the most famous, most well-loved concept albums, and I really enjoy it. I wouldn't consider myself a hardcore My Chemical Romance fan. I have all of their CDs, but apart from the CD, I just kind of like certain songs and don't listen to the rest of the songs, but I really enjoy this CD. Like, I love almost every song on it, and I have listened to it on repeat several times before. And my all-time favorite My Chemical Romance song is on the CD, which is Teenagers. I absolutely love it. However, I also really love The Sharpest Lives, and obviously Welcome to the Black Parade, and House of Wolves is probably my next favorite. I also really like Mama because it's really creepy, but super cool. Number 9 on my list is Hold On Tight by Hey Monday. For those of you who don't know, Cassidy Pope, the winner of The Voice Season 3, I think, was actually the lead singer of this band before she went on The Voice. They're technically on hiatus, but they've been on hiatus since like 2011, I think, and Cassidy now has her solo career, so they're pretty much broken up. However, in the short time that the band was together, they managed to put out this gem of a CD that is one of the most, I feel like, consistent CDs that I have listened to. Even the songs that I don't super love on this CD are still really good songs. And honestly, it's just such a fun CD, and I really love it and can listen to it over and over and over again without getting sick of it. And my personal favorite song on the CD is Josie, but I also really love Set Off, Homecoming, Obvious, 6 Months. I mean, honestly, this whole CD is really great, but those are just the few that rise above the other ones, even though they're all amazing songs. Number 8 is a CD by a band that you probably have never heard of, and that is Controversy Loves Company by The Audition. I actually discovered The Audition really randomly by pure coincidence, and I absolutely fell in love, and they're currently probably either 4 or 5 on my list of favorite bands, and I love them so much. They're so underrated, and I wish more people would listen to them. However, they've kind of been on a bit of a break for the past few years. The lead vocalist, Danny Stevens, had vocal surgery, and since then the band hasn't really done anything. They've hinted at a couple things, but they've never recorded anything since an EP that they released in 2012. However, Controversy Loves Company, their debut CD in 2005, I think, is definitely my favorite CD of the 4 that they've released. I just honestly can't really express in words how much I really love this CD. I just think that it's a really great, solid pop punk CD. My favorite song on it is You've Made Us Conscious, but I also really love Don't Be So Hard and Dance Halls Turn to Ghost Towns. And to me, The Audition is one of the most consistently good bands that I have ever come across. A lot of their fans complain that they had a huge shift in sound between their second and third CDs and that it was for the worse, but personally I don't think there was a really huge change. I think that they were really consistent across, and all 4 of their CDs are really, really superb. If I were to extend this list to top 15 favorite CDs, I'm 99% sure that their 3rd album, self-titled album, would make the list, and possibly even their 4th album, Great Danger. Like, this band is super consistent and really amazing. and I miss them so much. Number 7 is another debut CD by a band that I miss a lot, and that is Almost Here by The Academy Is. Unlike The Audition, The Academy Is has officially broken up. They broke up back in 2011. They're actually doing a reunion performance in September, but they have broken up. They're not going to record any more music, and that makes me so sad because they are one of my all-time favorite bands. And this is my favorite CD by them. First of all, it's really impressive that the majority of the members were under the age of 20 when they recorded this CD, which is mind-blowing because it's so great. Some of the band's best and most recognizable songs come from this CD, and like with the past few that I mentioned, it's just a really consistent CD. There aren't really any duds, and all the songs are just really great. Black Mamba is definitely my favorite song on the CD. It's also possibly my favorite song by The Academy Is. I go back and forth all the time, but it's usually the one that I say is my favorite. I also really love The Phrase That Pays, Slow Down, Check Marks, Classifieds. That's literally half the CD that I just mentioned because there are only 10 songs. But yeah, this CD is so amazing and I love all the songs. Number 6 is a very famous and well-known CD that you probably expected to see on this list given the fact that I love pop punk, and that is American Idiot by Green Day. What could I say about the CD that you don't already know? Like I said, I love concept albums. Like, concept album just like bumps it up even more in my mind. And all the songs are just so consistently great. Like, there is not a bad song on the CD at all anywhere. In fact, it's even hard for me to just choose favorite songs on this CD because there are so many that I really, really love. So Jesus of Suburbia is one that I absolutely love and could listen to over and over again. I mean, it is 10 minutes long, but it's still amazing. I also love She's a Rebel, St. Jimmy, obviously American Idiot, Holiday. Yeah, those are probably my top few. Number 5 on my list is Ever After by Marianas Trench, which is yet another concept album. So Ever After is kind of based around this fantasy story that the lead singer Josh Ramsey wrote, and I won't go into detail about the story, but it's just super cool because the CD is actually one single song, like one seamless song, that's divided up into separate tracks. And this isn't even Marianas Trench's first concept album. Both their second and third albums have been concept albums, and I'm really hoping that their 4th album that's coming out this fall, Astoria, is also going to be a concept album. The song on the album that's probably my favorite is the last song, No Place Like Home, because it actually samples / is a mashup of a lot of the songs on the CD, and it's really cool. Like, it changes the keys on some of them. It's just a really cool mashup / sampling. Other than that one though, I also really love Truth or Dare, Stutter, Haven't Had Enough, and Desperate Measures. Number 4 on my list is Losing Sleep by Parachute, and I mentioned on previous CDs that they're pretty consistently good, but this one just trumps all of those as far as consistency. Like, every single song on the CD is so great. I have no words for this CD. I mean, obviously it's number 4, so there are 3 other CDs I enjoy more than this one, but Losing Sleep is such an amazing CD, and it's so consistent, and there's honestly like no song on there that I wouldn't say is amazing. So even though I really love all the songs on the CD, I do have some favorites. My all-time favorite on the CD is Back Again. I also really love The New Year, She for Liz, The Mess I Made, Blame It On Me, Worlds Meet Heartbeats. I'm about to start listing the entire CD, so I should probably stop there. But those 2 that I listed are probably ones that I like more than the rest of the CD, but like I said, all of the songs on the CD are amazing. You should totally go listen to it. It's a pretty chill CD, and I think it's one that a lot of people would really enjoy because it's a little bit more pop than some of the stuff that I listen to. If I were to classify their first 2 CDs in a genre, because they did have a little bit of a sound change between their 2nd and 3rd CD, I would say that it's kind of like almost a soft rock sound, because it's not necessarily just pop, because it does have, you know, guitar and drum, but it also is a lot softer than a lot of the stuff I listen to because it's like got keyboards and a saxophone player. So I would say it's like soft rock, or maybe like pop rock. I don't know, they're just really awesome, and I feel like they're a band that a lot of people would really enjoy, so you should definitely go check them out. So we've gotten to the top 3, like the nitty-gritty, my 3 favorite CDs of all time, and if I were to like put gaps as to how much I like the CDs, like between each CD, the largest gap would be between CDs 3 and 4, because these top 3 CDs are like ultimate favorites perfection. So number 3 is actually less than a year old, and it's not even a full CD. It's only got 7 songs, and that is PTX Volume 3 by Pentatonics. The number of times that I have listened to this EP is insane. 5 out of the 7 songs have over 100 plays on my iTunes, and at least 2 of them have over 150. Like, this came out in like October. And once again, consistency. I know that it's only 7 songs, but like all 7 of them are amazing. Like, honestly, I could just say, oh, here are my favorite songs on the EP, and list all 7 songs, because they're all great. I'm not gonna do that, but I will say that On My Way Home is my favorite song that was released last year. Like, it is mind-blowingly amazing. Of course, I also really love Problem, La La Latch, Rather Be, See Through. I'm gonna stop there because I just listed 5 out of the 7, but those are probably my top 5 if I had to choose. Either way, I love all the songs on this EP, and just saying that 5 are my favorite over the other 2 is still pretty flazé-da, as Pearl would say on Drag Race. It's just, I love all 7 songs, and the entire EP is amazing. Number 2 on my list is Don't Panic by All Time Low. Y'all, this CD is so amazing. I have no words. By far my favorite All Time Low CD, and All Time Low is my favorite band next to McFly, and just this CD is spectacular. I was really worried about this CD when it came out, because their last CD had been released a year before, and it had been on a new record label, and it had been very poppy for them, and I was worried that it was too soon and that it wouldn't have a very different sound from that one, but it's the best All Time Low sound that they've had on a CD. As you can probably tell from me doing a lot of things with ranking, I really like to rank things, and I tried to rank all the songs on the CD from favorite to least favorite, and I've done it several times at this point because it changes every time, because all of the songs are amazing and it really just depends on my mood. However, if I did have to choose, the 2 that I pretty much consistently rank among my all-time favorites are So Long Soldier and Paint You Wings. The next few would probably be The Reckless and the Brave, Backseat Serenade, and The Irony of Choking on a Lifesaver, but like I said, all of the songs on the CD are amazing, and just, oh, it's such a good CD. And now we have gotten down to my number 1 favorite CD of all time. The artist shouldn't really be a surprise, because I've mentioned many times that this band and All Time Low are my all-time favorites, and I haven't really mentioned them yet in this video, and that CD is Radioactive by McFly. Honestly, if I hadn't limited myself to only having 1 CD per band in my top 10, all of McFly's CDs would have been in here, except maybe Above the Noise, but I usually like to pretend that that one doesn't exist. However, Radioactive has been my favorite CD for a very long time, and it's just so amazing. I love every single song. I know I've said that about several of the CDs, but every single song on the CD is so good. Throughout their career, McFly has cycled through many different sounds, and this sound, which is also kind of the sound that they had on Motion the Ocean, which was released a couple years before this one, this sound is definitely my favorite of all of them, and I want them to return to it so badly. And surprisingly, as much as I like the CD, I do have a very solid ranking of all the songs on here, just because I've done it so many times, and I've listened to every single song so many times. On my iTunes from high school that I had before I got my laptop, all 13 of the songs on the CD were in my top 25 most played on my iTunes, and they all had like 200 plays. Like, it was some crazy number like that. I don't remember the exact number, but I love this CD so much. So my favorite song on the CD is Lies, which is also my all-time favorite McFly song. It's just so amazing. I love it. My other absolute favorites on this one are the last song, Only the Strong Survive, Everybody Knows, and One for the Radio. Those are just my absolute favorites, although like I said, obviously all the songs on the CD are amazing. Yeah, Radioactive has been my favorite CD for a long time, and if it's not always going to be my favorite CD, it at least will be for a very long time. And yeah, I don't have much else to say about it. I love the CD so much. So that is it for my top 10 favorite CDs of all time. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite CD of all time is, and maybe if it stays pretty consistent or if it fluctuates a lot. Also, let me know down in the comments which of the top 10 videos you would most like to see next, whether that is top 5 favorite bands or TV shows or movies. Just let me know, because I really want to do another one of them, but I want your input as to which one to do next, because honestly all 3 will be lots of fun to record. As always, I will leave links down in the description to my blog, Twitter, and Goodreads. Please add me as a friend on Goodreads. I would love to be friends with all of you. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!